Well, chat, so I'm back. A little update. Right, so we're going to keep this as raw as possible, as always. And today has not been a fantastic day at all. This entire week, we have smashed it in terms of just waiting for the right setups to occur. And today, just wasn't that day. So, what happened? To give you a brief rundown, I disregarded one very key important part of my checklist because I thought I'm going to outsmart the markets today. I thought I was better than the markets. That is so very wrong. So let's go ahead and dissect what happened on price action. Now the position that I've marked out here is the intended position that I wanted. However, the position that I ended up taking, which was before this, was because I had lost a little bit of patience. Or I would say it stemmed from a loss of patience, or a lack of patience, to then I feel like I'm better than the markets because I haven't taken a proper trade in so many days. I want to have a proper trade, but little do you realize, it sounds stupid now I'm saying it, you can't make the markets form to you. You have to wait for the market to give you the requirements to enter. I've been fantastic this week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Fantastic. We took a break-even trade and we came very close to trades. It was very, very frustrating to see price action printing what you want in terms of the direction it's going, but never actually validating you into the markets. And today we came very close to too many positions, I think, this morning. So price action gave me a rebreak of the highs here. Now, if we look on the 15-minute time frame and we back out into this, we took it at this time right here, at this area. So the hour at the time, if we bring it back to the area, it gave you price forming like this. So the candle here gave you a bottom wick, but it didn't break the previous hour low. And in order for me to get validated into buys, I need a clear break of that low, which is the 4-hour, the 1-hour low, the previous low, for price action to then reject and come back up. That's giving me a very positive indication price action should continue to flush out the range to hit your targets at 48.33. That never happened for me. It's actually extremely embarrassing, I'm not going to lie. I don't know what to tell you. I've been in the game for 3 years. And I made the mistake. It's such a simple mistake that no one should ever make this far into their career. We didn't get the rebreak of the low at this area, yet I took the position because the 15-minute time frame gave me a positive indication, which was this. That's not really a positive indication. Now you look at it, that looks like a rejection. So I took it as you've got the closure above on the 15, you've got the next candle closing above. So let's take a rebreak of the highs on this candle. And what do you know when you look at the 1-minute time frame? Price action gave you rebreak of the highs at this area just for price to reject. It wasn't even here, it was here. So this is your 15 that came up for that top wick. This is the 15 that closed, 330. Price action opened up, gave you the bottom wick. You're looking for just a rebreak of the high. And then your stop losses below these lows here at 330, which is your previous candle low. You literally tap me in, exit, straight out, minus 46 ticks. So look, not my brightest moment at all. It was actually very embarrassing. Literally got triggered, price action brought you down and stopped you out instantly. Just to then come down a couple of minutes later to swipe your lows, break the lows to then shoot all the way up. And here you'll be looking at a 1-minute entry to take you in. And if we look at the 5-minute time frame, you've got the closure above. So you've got the validation, you've got the current range, because price action is closed above. You've got the liquidity area that's been filled. You've got the mirror on price action to the left of your screen, which will be filling the area once you fill liquidity. You've got multiple times price mirroring this area. Then you've built the narrative because you've got the 4-hour time frame that makes sense when you're rebreaking the highs. You've already rebroken the lows. You've got the lower time frames actually giving you bullish momentum because you're giving me closures back above, supporting the range here between 48.20 and 48.33. So all you're now left with is trying to get the price behavior to match what the requirements you need, and the 1 and the 5 did exactly that. The 5 minute will open up bottom wick first. You'll take a rebreak of the high with a stop loss placement below the lows, and this would have been a very clean 3.85 risk to reward, and would have pushed me a little bit further in terms of getting my evaluation sorted. So a little bit of self-sabotage today. I've done so well. It's so incredibly well. I was telling myself this yesterday, Lewis, I've done so well over the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of just waiting. Like, as a day trader, you have no idea how hard it is just to see every single thing that you want play out, but you cannot take a piece of the market because your validations aren't met. And I was so proud of myself. And I said to this morning, I woke up and I said, it's redemption. That might be where I went wrong. I said to myself, my mindset was, this is redemption. I'm going to get a trade today. And when it came to London and New York, and all I saw was just range, it was literally just candle wicks like this. It was so frustrating, especially when you start to see, oh, okay, liquidity got grabbed. We're going to come back to the charts. And then an hour and a half later, you realize, oh, that actually wasn't a validation. I've just wasted the hour and a half. Do you understand what I mean? So for me, it was so frustrating today. And I think it just got the better of me that I didn't wait for that candle. I was so confident. I said, you know what? Price action's giving me the closure above. Let's just take the trade anyway. But then I completely forgot. Well, I didn't forget. I actually knew you don't have a rebreak of the lows. And I was just thinking I was better than the markets today. And look what that did to me. Do not make the same mistake I did. It's incredibly frustrating. I'm lucky it is a lower risk trade. It was only 46 ticks. That puts me minus 230 on the day. Again, it's an evaluation account. This is not a real funds. Well, it's the evaluation account. I need to pass it still. That puts me from a 42% into a 38% with a 9% progression out of 100 on my drawdown. So yeah, again, not the greatest. I'm not proud of what I did today, but we got to log it. We got to come back stronger and learn from the mistakes, because my goal of utilizing this funded account is to get the payout before like the second week of May. It's just, that's the deadline. We'll have more context when we get to that date, and hopefully we'll have better content coming by that date. But I just want to get this payout. The challenge here on this channel is to just document the journey every single time. Whenever I take a trade, whatever change that we have, whatever lessons that we've learned, to document it here. It might be super boring to a lot of you. You'd be like, oh, this guy is just yapping. Well, yeah, I'm yapping for myself. So when I come back to this in a year's time, I'll be like, holy shit, I've actually gotten somewhere in life. And I said I'm going to do something, and I've actually achieved what I said I was going to set out to do. Today would have been a fantastic day had I followed the rules. And I'm sitting here realizing I've gone through absolute hell over the past 2 years of just losses to finally develop a strategy that works. And now I'm sitting on a high horse thinking that I don't need to listen to the system that I've just developed, because I feel like I'm better than the markets on a day that is very slow and very unpredictable with price action. And if I had just waited, well, let's work it out. We took the trade here at 3:30. The trade opportunity came half an hour later. And you were waiting for 6+ hours, because we woke up at 6:30 this morning looking at London Open, and shit never happened. Like, nothing happened since this morning. If we look at, where even were we? Opened up. Price came from here. You're in the same range. You wanted breakouts, you didn't get it. You got the fake out, you got liquidity. And even here at liquidity at 2 p.m, you didn't quite get what we wanted in terms of validations for me to actually get in terms of the range. It was just wicks. So it's incredibly frustrating. Like, now when you look at the levels that we have marked up on the screen, yeah, this makes sense. But the levels that I had marked out on the screen before were like up here. So it didn't really make too much sense for me to take. Again, it's error. It's all the emotions going in your head right now. You've got geopolitics playing a huge role in the markets with unpredictability, but price action doesn't lie. Who are you to think that you're better than the markets? don't make the same mistake I did. And for the future version of myself that is watching this, what the fuck were we doing? What was this execution? I hope that a month from now, we're going to be sitting back and watching this with at least one payout under my belt. At least one payout. If I don't get one payout, I'm going to be extremely disappointed with myself. But I have to trust the process between myself, improving myself, and the process with trusting higher power, which is God. So we're going to come back tomorrow for the last trading day of this week. We're not going to put any pressure on it. We're going to trade the markets. We're going to utilize the system. And we're going to see what we're going to do. It's tough, but this is the process that we're going to have to go through. Third year, I really need to make this year count.